I don't know how you like this.
What do you mean, bro?
I'm so glad I don't like it because it's not. Fuck that brand, yo. Oh, God, it's so much like a...
Soya.
Taste, flavor, brilliance,
Sure.
excitement,
I want this out of my mouth.
E numbers.
College, I never had the party theme. I never did none of that shit. I feel like right now in my life, I have no kids. I don't have like certain things where I need my brain to be on 24/7. I know when I have kids, there's no shot I'm gonna be able to do that.
Yeah.
I see a good window of opportunity, and I'm just scared that one day when I'm like waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I have kids or like all this shit, I'll be like, I should have enjoyed my time where I was like less responsibility.
Yeah.
This is why I smoke now because I know there's gonna be a time.
No, that's not an excuse, bro. That's not an excuse.
And I've also in the past few years, I'll give myself 60 to 90 days off to make sure I'm not addicted to it. So I've already trained my body to like.
So could you quit now instantly if you decided to?
100%. I've done it many times.
Okay. Well, then you don't have that big of a problem. So if you could quit, then it doesn't matter. But if you were to sit and go, I don't know if I could quit, then you'd have to quit.
Okay, now I have the most important question of the day.
Sure.
How do you feel about bottom G?
Who the fuck? Yeah, the dancer.
Dude, if you got up and danced like that, man, I think everybody would just agree with you. I think that's what would happen. I think everybody in the world would be like, you know what? We need to fucking listen to this man. Yeah. Look at his hips.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked in the mirror and brushed your teeth and been like, and just try to dance like him ever? Be honest.
No, I've seen a couple of his videos, and
are you offended, or are you just like it doesn't make you laugh? What is it like?
I mean, he's made a brand off of my brand.
Dude, it's so funny, bro. When I
It is funny. I mean, he can dance. Congratulations to the guy. I have nothing against the guy. I mean, he can dance, and he's
doing
his
it.
jacket like mine. I mean, I hope he does well.
I had to ask that. I'm so sorry. I was literally writing like the dumbest question. I wrote some questions that are just, when I mean seriously stupid.
All right, I'm ready.
Because I was like, I have to ask some fun questions. And I literally labeled them fun questions.
Sure.
And I just want to get through that.
Let's do it.
And then we can jump back into the deep ones.
Let's do it.
Okay. The first one was, how do you feel about bottom G? You answered that. Thank you for answering that.
No problem.
Okay. I already asked that one. Actually, it was the Sneeko and Zerka. That was actually part of my fun questions.
Okay.
Okay. 2 brothers, 1 cage. Jake, Logan, you, Tristan. Who comes out alive?
You know what? I'm trying so hard to not start internet beefs. I'm really trying not to.
You could say Jake and Logan, man.
Bro,
Don't worry about it.
No, I can't lie. Bro, I'm going through life. I'm trying to live peaceful.
He answered you, bro.
Fed agents in my house. Matrix is after me. I'm just trying to live peaceful. But of course, I have absolute faith in myself and my brother, and I know what we've been through, and I know the kind of men we are.
Okay. I just had to ask, you know?
I understand.
Okay, now, you're away on a long trip.
Yeah.
And you have to leave your daughter with 3 people.
Okay.
Candace Owens, Patrick Bet-David, Donald Trump.
Okay. Well, I'll choose Candace because she's a woman. I trust them all.
That makes sense.
I trust them all.
Do you have a son?
I have a lot of children. I don't say how many, but a lot.
You just have a flock.
Yeah. If I had a son, then it'd be
I didn't know that.
If it was my son,
I saw the daughter in some shows.
Okay, but you had to pick for the son.
Then I'd pick Patrick because I think Patrick also has young sons, and it'd be good. I think it's good
He's a
competition.
great father, bro.
Yeah, and it'd be good for them all to be together and like wrestling and fighting and
Dude,
boxing.
Fuck, man, he's mastered being a dad.
Yeah.
After our podcast, I went to his house, had dinner with him and his father. Yeah. Bro, I'm not for him and his family. Bro, I was like mesmerized, and I was so eager to have that life, dude. He has a great life, bro.
No, there's
he worked for it.
Better in life than children.
That's true.
You'll never regret children. No matter.
You will not regret.
Say,
I don't have.
I wish. When they turn up, you'll be glad you did. The only regret you'll have is that you didn't start earlier.
Really?
100%.
I'm starting to catch that fever, bro. I hate when people talk about their kids. Like, I don't give a fuck about your kids, bro. Yeah. Like, they get so excited talking about their kids, but lately I started
That's why you gotta be like
hear.
me. See, I have no real. I don't talk to anybody, so I don't have any friends besides my guys who know me, and none of us talk about our kids. None of us. Yeah, I agree with you. It's boring.
Yeah, it's like,
look at this picture. So, fuck off.
Talk to you, guys.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So so you don't hang out with people, but you're always on this hunt to change and build yourself and build.
I have the same 5 people I'm with every day.
What's your fun? What do you do for fun?
But this is the
train.
Question. So now let's look at this. Okay, let me ask you. What is fun?
Fun is when you're.
Tell me something fun.
Something fun?
For me, playing football.
Exactly. This is work.
True. Okay.
What's fun?
Okay. Fun is when you're having a lot of joy and less work.
But what if you have joy during your work?
I do have joy when I work.
So do I.
I love working.
All I do is work. And people say, what do you mean all you do is work? Because
But
there's
you enjoy
nothing,
what you're doing.
There's nothing else to do anyway. The only time I'm not working is if I'm fighting, which you can still consider work because I consider it training. Or sometimes I'll drive one of my 53 cars in a circle. I'll go out racing around the mountains in a Ferrari, but I'll film it all and it'll end up being on the internet, so it'll end up being work.
Yeah.
So what do I do that's not work that I enjoy? I mean, I look at people who are having fun, and those are the people who I don't believe are chasing pride or chasing happiness, and I feel like they're wasting their lives. Trying to have fun, trying to be happy is the biggest waste of life. You know what I saw the other day? It's remarkable. You're not going to believe this. I saw thousands of people take drugs and stand close to each other in a big sweaty pit, like a bunch of peasants, and jump up and down listening to a song they could listen to on YouTube for free. And they paid money to do it. It was called a festival, and it was disgusting. And I see these humans stand there. I'm like, what the fuck? No wonder you're fucking broke. You're an idiot. You're dumb as fuck. You're a moron. Like, festivals are crap. Concerts are crap. Clubs are crap. What's fun? Nothing's fun. The only thing that's fun is masculine achievement and being respected for being monumentally successful and competent and crushing your enemies with your brutal brilliance. Turning up and saying, I'm going to make more money than all of you. I'm going to be more famous than all of you. I'm the best. Watch me. And winning. That is fun. And then the only thing
that's video games, but you're doing it in real life.
I'm doing it in real life. I have no time for games. House arrest, we found a few hours. Now I'm back out here in the real world. Everyone must pay the price. But even then, the only things that I find fun now, the only thing I do for fun is, okay, I'll take my SF90 around. So that's a $700,000 car. My fun's expensive. I need a lot of money to even find anything I find remotely entertaining. A beautiful friend of mine, she's in Bali, and she's like, I can't wait till we're free. We're going to go to Bali, look at this villa. Da, da, da. I'm like, if I went to that villa, do you know what I would do? I was like, what are you doing there? She's like, oh, I'm doing yoga, and I had breakfast, and then I'm looking at the forest, and we're going to see the monkeys. Da, da. So if I went to Bali, do you know what I'd do? I'd sit on my laptop. I would turn up at the villa and go, which room's mine? Okay. Laptop. Coffee, please. Coffee, laptop. It'd be the same as Romania in Bali. And when I go to Dubai, it's the same. That's what I do. I work. And I want to make this very clear to people because I find it amazing when people say they don't have motivation. I have people come to me and say, I want to get rich. I don't have motivation. I want to work harder. I said, how can you not have motivation to get rich when somebody like me with a head start like mine is still working 18 hours?
I'm sorry, but the truth is about what he's saying right now, that we're not stupid. We all have the same brain. Some people like to use it, and some people just don't. And some people just use it on dumb shit. So I believe that we all want to be rich, but not all of us are ready to make the work to be in that point. So yeah.
4 days, every single day, 7 days a week without having a day off. I'm going to crush you. You don't stand a chance. I will beat you. And you're just going to sit there and perpetually lose because you can't find the motivation to crawl up out the mud and stay a bug until you end up in your 15-minute city getting your 17th injection like a dummy, like a useless eater. All I do is work. Nothing is fun. I don't have fun. I don't even understand
sports.
I don't understand the concept of fun. The only sport I ever did was beating the shit out of people. Is that fun?
Why did you get into fighting?
Because I was a chess player. And chess and fighting are remarkably similar.
Very. You have to know what your next move is going to be countering his next move.
I don't like chess. I don't like chess.
If you lose, you made a mistake. There's no such thing as a lucky punch. If I'm losing a fight, or if I'm beating some guy up, and he hits me with one shot and knocks me out, and people go, that's a lucky punch. He's trained his whole life to punch people in the face, and he punched me in the face. You call that lucky? I call that good. I think it's a very good punch. Excellent. Probably his best punch of his career. No such thing as lucky punches. Same thing with chess. If
And
you
also
lose,
you left your guard down.
absolutely. It's my fault. Same thing with chess. Brutal self-accountability. If you lose, you made a mistake somewhere. How do you learn that? You have to go back, reflect. You have to watch the game back, play the game back. Where did I make the mistake? You don't blame your opponent. You blame yourself always in chess. It's self-accountability. So when I stopped playing professional chess, I decided to move over to fighting because they're very similar. It's one-on-one. It's not a team sport. So that's why I chose to fight. But I never considered fighting fun. I never took it as, ha, 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 this is fun. I was out to hurt people. For real.
For money.
So I can't think of what I do for fun or any fun I've ever had. I am, of course, human. I love sitting around with my boys and laughing. I don't think there's any higher experience for men than sitting around with your boys having a laugh and having a joke. I think that's as good as life gets. You can have $1 billion like me, or you can be at the bottom. But if you're with 5 people you truly love,
Like
your
G?
guys, and you've been with them and you trust them, and you're smoking a cigar or not, and you're sitting around telling stories and everyone's laughing, That's as good as life gets.
It really is.
At the top of the bottom.
On jet or
On the jet or homeless.
in the trenches.
It doesn't matter what. Yeah, on the jet, all you do is that, and
Yeah.
at the bottom, all you do is that. So that's as good as life gets, anyway. So I'll consider that fun. I mean, I guess I do like road trips. I like to drive around Europe from Spain to France to Italy.
Are you allowed to do that now?
Not now. Last summer, we got a bunch of Ferraris together, 10 Ferraris, and we raced all across Europe, and that was fun. But we filmed it all, so it's still kind of work. But yeah, I don't even...
But you put yourself in a position where all your fun could be work.
Of course. But my point is, I don't understand or I don't fathom the concept of fun. I don't wake up and think, what can I do for fun? I don't wake up and think, what is fun? I want fun. That never crosses my mind. I wake up and think, I have things to do. And if I don't have things to do, I'll find things to do. You can always do more work. There's no such thing as no work to do. After this podcast is done, you can release it. And you can make X amounts of clips. That's going to be done. And then you could watch it back, and you could analyze every word you've ever said, and you could find a way to say it differently. You could look at dictionary and find new words, and you could learn them, and you can memorize them all. Then you could sit down, and you could rehearse it, and use those words and sentences to make sure you pronounce them correctly and you don't make any mistakes. Then you could always do more work from the same thing. The work is never ending. The money is never ending.
So you have to find joy in your work.
You have to find purpose, at least. I don't know if I even find joy in my work, because I'm stressed. What do you mean we made $1.3 million today? It's a joke!
Come on, that's bullshit. That's a lot of money.
But it's you have to conquer the earth. Why? Let's talk
I don't
about
need
this.
to. I need my.
Why did Genghis Khan wake up and think, you know what? What can I do for fun? Well, I can play this instrument. That shit. Play the instrument for me. Diddle-diddle-diddle. Boring. Okay, let me fuck this girl. Fucked her. Let me fuck her. Oh, kid number 84. Boring. What's there to do? You know what? You know what, guys? Let's all get our horses and let's just ride over there, and whatever we find, let's just take it. Why? Because it's the instinct to conquer. It's inside of a man. It's been dumbed down by the Matrix. They try and numb you. They numb you with entertainment. They try and put you in the festival crowd. They numb you with shit food. They numb you with depression, all this other garbage. But truthfully, if you're a man, you look in the mirror, what will make me happy? My empire will make me happy. That's why Alexander the Great did what he did, and Julius Caesar did what he did, and Genghis Khan did what he did. They didn't have Google Maps. They didn't know where they were going. They just said, no, we've decided we're going to go take shit from other people and show we're the best. And that's what we're doing now, the successful men at least, in a financial sense. Why am I making money? I have nothing to buy. There's nothing to buy. I have it all. I have 4 Kernan's eggs, a Rimac, a Bugatti, 53 other cars, 40 properties. There's nothing to buy. I'm just taking it from other people. I'm winning the game. I'm conquering. And that's what I think truly is going to give you purpose in life. It's just conquest. Men have always been this way. That's why war was even happening in the first place. The Mongols raided Vienna. How long does it take to ride from Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, on a horse to Vienna, Austria, across all of Siberia? And they were still mad enough and bored enough to go, nah, we need that city over there. That's the masculine essence, and it's been numbed down inside of people. Do you think they were ever considering fun at any point during this conquest? Because I don't think they were.
Well, do you think they were just trying to dominate others?
I don't think it's about trying to dominate. I think that inside of every single man, there's a God-given.
No, but I think it's all about the history. They like other people to. What I think, it's my opinion, obviously, that every man like to leave a history behind him and what he did and what are his glory, and other people to remember him for what he did. I believe that's in instincts for every man.
I think that the entire
Worth
world
remembering.
was built by this God-given drive to conquer. And to conquer doesn't always mean dominate others. You can conquer the sky by building a skyscraper. You can conquer by building roads. You can conquer by construction, not only by destruction. You conquer by turning up to a new territory and having a beautiful family and creating children. I think that's inside of every single man. I think it's been dumbed down by the Matrix. But I'm uninterested in fun. I don't understand the concept of fun. Fun is for women and children. Yeah. All the women around me have fun.
Only children and women love to have fun.
Last night, I went to a restaurant. My brother and I, 3 or 4 friends, maybe 25 of the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your life. We sit down at this table. All this fancy food comes. All these bottles of champagne come. Everyone comes. The girls are laughing, drinking. Everyone's having fun. Never at any point during the entire experience did I have any fun. I sat down on my phone, checked how much money I had, again, did some work, replied to important people, spoke to my fight coach about training and important things, spoke to the war room about important things in Conquest, spoke to my legal team. Everyone around me is having fun. I'm getting things done. Looks like I'm having fun. But never did I ever for a second feel fun. And I didn't want to. I didn't try and join in the fun. I didn't try and go, yeah. No. I pay for it all. You all have fun. I'm going to do this. And I say this. I say this all the time to the people I care about. Your life is fun, and my life is stress, but you are mine. That's how it works. You're my woman, so you're allowed to have fun. And my life is going to stay stress, but you are mine. I have my fun via proxy by making sure everybody I love have fun. I don't want any fun.
So you have fun in providing.
I provide fun, but I don't have any fun. I don't even have fun in providing fun. It's just my obligation.
Yes.
Everyone around me has fun.
It's an obligation.
I'm working. And I cannot explain to people at home.
Does Tristan have the same mindset of this? Or does he like to have more fun?
He likes to have a little bit more fun than I do.
I can see that he looks a little bit happier.
But it's not happy. This is the point. I want to make this very clear to the people at home. I don't want anyone at home to think that I'm unhappy or depressed or miserable from this. This is just how I view the world. I don't want to have fun. I don't know how else to say it. I don't look at fun and go, I'm missing out. I look at fun and going, I'm glad they're enjoying their fun. It's like food. Do you want this cake? No. Well, everyone else wants it. I'm glad they want the cake. Cake tastes good. That's great. But I don't want the cake. I want something else. I will provide the cake. I'm a baker. I can give you cake. But I don't think in the concept of fun. I don't enjoy fun ever. All I want to do is monumentally achieve endlessly. That's all I'm interested in.
So we went to your past. We figured out why you were built like this. We talked about the dilemma and the obstacles that you've overcome. We talked about moving into the next season. What do you feel is your next season? And also, I don't know if this parlays, but the training, talking to your trainer, and your training as much as how I see Jake train for his fights. Why? Are you preparing for a legitimate fight? Are you wanting to go back into that? Or do you feel like the world fight's already big enough and you don't need to go back into the cage for that?
Yeah, a lot of it depends on what happens with this Matrix attack in regards to fights, but I'm always ready, and I've always stayed ready. So I could fight tomorrow. I'm that ready. But I enjoy it, and I enjoy feeling ready. Even though the process is suffering, I enjoy to feel ready at all times, hence why I'm always training. In regards to what the next stage is, well, I have personal goals as well, outside of my internet goals and my career goals. And this is actually something very interesting I want to tie back into our earlier conversation when we were talking about monogamy and polyamory and all these other things. Because it's my goal to have as many children as possible.
Is it so you could have your offsprings deliver your message, or because you just want kids? You want like mini disciples running around and being like,
if you have you have an empire, you need heirs, right?
Yep.
If you have a large empire, you need a lot of heirs, right? Mm-hmm. So I want at least 25 children. So what do you think?
Oh, you're trying to be Nick Cannon out here.
Yeah. So what do you think from a religious perspective about someone who is destined on having as many children as possible, but obviously to do that he would need more than one woman? Do you still think that's a sin?
Ooh. Well, I think putting your needs above God's is a sin. So you need 25 kids.
It's interesting. Is it my needs? Is it selfishness?
Well, you just said, you were like, well, God, is it? You knew that it was be against God because God just wants you to have one woman.
To be honest with you, I've never read the Bible cover to cover, so I don't know if it is.
Spoiler alert, one man, one woman.
Sounds like a boring book.
But you know why he does that? It's
to preserve society.
No, it's just to demonstrate your relationship with him. Because once you stop, you love, okay, think about this, right?
Yep.
You love a woman,
yep.
and you provide a family,
yep.
a covenant,
yep.
a kingdom. But then you get to the point like, I need more. This is what Adam did with God. I need more.
Don't you feel like, let me ask the question another way. Don't you think the good people and the intelligent people of Earth need to be having kids at least at the same rate as the idiots? I mean, we have a population. No,
it's a great question. It's a great question.
And we can also look at this. We can take it away from the religious argument and look at it another way. We have a serious population crisis in the West. If you want to, I don't know if you know about this.
True.
There's a huge demographic collapse incoming, and the reason we have these mass numbers.
Too many people are adopting animals instead of having babies. I don't know why.
Our cultures are collapsing is because we no longer reproduce at the basic rate of sustaining a population. So 2 people are supposed to have 3.7 kids on average for the population to increase. But how many people do you know with 4 children?
Very rare.
None. So 2 people have 1
Only
kid,
in Africa.
population goes down. 2 people have 2 kids, population still goes down because people die. People die in car crashes, these kind of things. So we have huge problems from a socioeconomic point of view because you now have people living longer because of medicine. They have longer pensions, longer retirements. They need to be paid for. You're supposed to have a huge tax base of young people working.
Still didn't speak
You don't have
about
anyone having enough
Jake
children
Logan.
to sustain the tax base. So what the people in charge of the world are doing is saying, okay, well then we need to import third worlders to sustain this entire pyramid scheme we have, this Ponzi scheme of you working your ass off so you can retire later. We need to import third worlders who are going to work for pennies and they'll pay taxes so we can sustain it. But that's why all the cultures are collapsing. So you look at this, very interesting. A Christian country is now being invaded by Muslims and third worlders, and you're losing your Christian identity because you don't have enough children to sustain the population.
Yeah.
Because you're only allowed 1 woman.
Got it.
So this is a
I have an answer.
interesting point.
I have an answer.
Whereas a Muslim man can have 4 wives and 16 kids
And just pump 'em out.
and they can survive and protect their identity and their culture and their religion. So it's actually very interesting. And before I let you answer, only 1 country solved this: Hungary. Hungary is a Christian nation.
Yeah, that's true.
And Viktor Orban is one of the smartest world leaders on the planet. He abolished income tax for any family that has more than 4 children. And he's fixed the population crisis, and the population is increasing because people are getting married and having kids. Hungary's fixed it. No other nation has fixed it because you can't even afford to have 4 or 5 children because they're decimating you and destroying the currency, and they're just doing all this matrix propaganda on purpose anyway. So, besides Hungary, every other Western nation is now importing the Islamic world
Hungary
to
is in the
sustain
east.
itself because Christian nations can't reproduce. So it's interesting what you said. I agree with what you said, but it's also the death throes of Christianity. Christianity is about to be decimated because of that. Because what do you have without people?
You want my answer?
Yeah.
Okay. First, would you like more coffee?
Yeah, I'll have 2 more coffees, please.
Can we get 2 more coffees?
Thank you.
You want some more? Proverbs in the Bible was a king, and he could have asked anything from God. And he goes, I just want wisdom.
How does God give wisdom to you?
How does he give wisdom to me? First, you got to seek.
Well, I believe that God gives you wisdom by testing you. You cannot just, oh, I want wisdom, God, or I want money. It's impossible for you to gain this kind of things without being tested. It's impossible.
And you shall find, knock, and the door shall be open, right? So it's like, what are you asking for? For example, when I asked God to be in this meeting, right? I don't go, hey, God, please make sure I have a great podcast and I kill it and I get views. Nah, I go, God, hey, let me stir up a conversation that wakes up somebody's heart. But for me to do that, I need to be prepared. Yeah. So prepare me to be a man that could talk against a man who's very diligent with his tongue. Yeah. I wasn't prepared.
Andrew is
God
really
made me
diligent.
prepared for this. So when I ask God for things, I don't get lazy with my prayers. I don't go, hey, God, make me a rich, famous man. Nah, how do you get there? If God was sitting at this table and we're going to try to conquer this world in a healthy way, how are we going to do it? We got to ask for steps. First, I need a good team. I need good hearts. Yeah. I need the right tools. Yeah. People are asking God as if he's a make-a-wish genie, like just like, hey, I want a baddie with a fatty. It's like, bro, what are you going, like, some of the prayers that people ask that God doesn't even deliver is better for them not to have it.
He knows best.
He knows best.
But I also feel like God gives wisdom. God gives wisdom through tribulation and suffering. I'm smarter because of Jay. He wanted to teach me something.
But question, did you not ask for this life first?
Oh, absolutely.
So what came first? Was it the fact that you thirsted for a higher life, or was it that God threw you into that? Because for me, if you asked me to be a trainer, hey, I need you to train me, I'm going to put you through your test.
Oh, absolutely.
So you asked God for that.
Oh,
he
completely.
didn't just put you in that circumstance.
And that's one of the things that's very interesting. You have people who will sit at home and pray for an exceptional life. They'll say, I don't want to live a normal life. I want an exceptional life. I want a special life, a different life. And then they'll do exceptional things. They'll fly on a private jet. They'll buy a Bugatti. They'll sit in a $10 million mansion somewhere on the coast. And then cry if they end up in jail. Exceptional doesn't always mean good. Exceptional means deviate from the norm. You begged God for exceptional. A Romanian jail cell is a unique experience, just as a Bugatti on a private jet is a unique experience. If you want the experiences, there's no light without dark. You can't have both. If you're going to pray to God,
but I believe you can have them both. In your life, you need dark and light. It's balance.
Here's a beautiful thing. Let me backtrack that one line you just said. You could pray for something, but remember, there's 2 people on the phone listening to your prayers.
Yeah. I like that.
And here's the craziest.
I'm out, guys. Can someone clarify this for me, because I didn't get it. I don't understand what he means. Like, other people, two people listening to your phone. Okay, that's up to my head. So.
Completely right. And when you asked me the question that I said yes to, the reason I said yes is, if God gave me this platform and then I acted a coward and I was afraid to talk because of the Matrix, or because they came for me, or because I'll lose my money, or because they'll lock me up, I would pay for that cowardice.
You give it to the one who's not a coward.
You give it to the man who's not a coward, which might be the reason they gave it to me in the first place. Because I was the one who was standing up fighting against all this shit earlier on. I was the one who did it. I was the one who went nuts.
And I think that's why you were boasted in pride, because at the moment he's like, I'm not going to remove that from him just yet.
Yeah.
Because that's what's fueling him.
Yeah.
Regardless, I need him to do that job.
Yeah.
Apostle Paul, he killed people. He was killing Christians. He just destroys this Christian that was a disciple in front of him. And that Christian was like, this is so predictable. Look at you guys.
Okay, I don't know that.
He goes, you guys have done this
like,
on and
you
on
guys,
and on.
you can
And
tell me
God
this is
took
in the
Paul
comment.
and made him one of the greatest disciples. This is an ongoing thing that
It's not
people don't
important if it's a
understand.
long
usually
comment.
the
Let
people
me.
that
I would like
God-
to read.
The humans would be like, God would never use that guy. And then there's like, oh, use that guy. When Jesus was born, the first thing they ask is, from where? That's their first question.
Yeah.
From the ghetto? What good comes from that place? Why the kings of kings is coming from there? Don't believe it. Are kings coming in on a donkey? I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I think,
Okay.
I know you don't talk to people. I know that after you're done with a podcast, you kind of go on and do what you need to do. But I would love to stay in contact, because I feel like we could sharpen each other.
I think so too. I think it'd be very interesting, certainly.
I think, to be honest, I would love to extend the conversation, but sometimes when I feel like it's ready to go, it's ready to go.
We have part 2 ready, already lined up, so it'll happen some point in the future.
Thank you so much for being here, man.
Anytime.
I really, and truly, because like this is putting my show on a different map, and I think you know that too.
It's true.
And I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for coming, friend.
Give credit where credit deserves. Anyway, guys, this was season 2, part 2 of Andrew Tate Janko podcast, and it was really good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, different point was speaking. We had to cut too much because, they spoke about a lot of important things, and not as much as I expected they're gonna talk about. Like, I would like to them. I wanted for George to speak about his experience with Logan Paul, but he was his friend, and I think he loved him, so he's not gonna talk bad about his friend, and that's really good. So, like I said, yeah, Andrew came up with, like usual, he's too much diligent with his words. You know what he's gonna say. So yeah, in this podcast, George didn't do too much challenging things, but he was really good in the way. So thank you guys for insisting. And like I said in the beginning, we're gonna put it to parts for you to follow, guys. Do not make it bored for you guys also. And please subscribe, leave a comment. I'm happy to read anything. And thank you guys. Peace.